Alrighty. So now that we are feeling good, feeling healthy, we are gonna go and finish Center Tries. And by finish, I mean start. And we're gonna pray to Jesus we can do this pretty quickly. I'm gonna aim for sub 20 minutes on this part, not because I want a small part, but because I got a feeling I can actually take this boss without too much trouble. You feel me? I feel like for some stupid reason I'm gonna be okay. Now, that is maximum hubris. I'm gonna get eviscerated, but you know, like they say, fake it till you make it, and we're gonna hope for the best. And maybe things will turn out better than I expected. So first things first, not fighting these guys. Not doing it. Absolutely not. They've always whipped my monkey ass. Oh, a red phantom version. Hey, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm not fighting those guys. They take too much life, and they're not worth it. Apparently those guys just detonated each other, or something. That's cool. I don't think there's anything I need to bother with up here, actually. And if there is, I'll come back for it later. Leave a note in the comments if there is something cool that I missed. Because I don't think there is, and I don't think it's worth it. Did anybody see what looked like a shadow? Wow. Okay, the reflections in this game are godlike. I saw the reflection of those guys in the water before I even got there. Holy crap. I mean, I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but that's a really great way to show the player or give the player a hint of what's coming up. That's incredible. I would have completely gotten murdered by those two guys otherwise. I mean, completely. So, hey, devs, or whoever, whichever unpaid intern thought it was a good idea to do that, kudos to you, because it was a great idea. It super helped. I don't think it ruins, like, the spirit of the game or anything by me having a glimpse ahead. Like, that's one of those weird, you know, things I think a lot of the old Souls players, the old Souls heads probably feel. I'm talking the guys who are all about, you know, Soul level 1, starting equipment only, you know, no death runs, like the hardest of the core. Probably are like, oh, that really sucks, they should patch that out because it gives the player too much of an advantage. I'm like, fool, you know the game blindfolded. You have the maximum advantage. It doesn't do you any good, so why are you complaining? I've never understood that kind of logic. So what I'm doing here, if you didn't do this the first time, which I didn't, because I didn't understand that it was a thing you could do until it was way too late, is I'm lighting these oil gutters, which is going to make the arena that I fight the next boss, the Lost Sinner in, lit up. Now, other than making it easier to see, it also means I'm not going to have as many issues with locking on, which you just can't target for shit in the dark. And I think it also keeps the... there were 2 red phantom pyromancers from spawning, which is super cool. Watching the 2 best friends play, they mentioned that this might have been the witches in Dark Souls 1, the Chaos Witches. One's the bug and one is like the maiden in the armor or something. some kind of lore-based thing. I didn't catch that at all the first time. I mean, it's cool. It's probably not true, like most of the Souls fan theories, but still, it's a nice thought. You know, I love that the player base is so wildly dedicated to the lore, which never gets explained anywhere, to, you know, make up cool theories like that. You know, I've heard both, you know, people heaping praise and condemnation equally at the fact that the Souls games are so, you know, intentionally obscure as far as lore and history and things of that nature. I think it's pretty cool, actually, personally, that they don't really just spell everything out for you. Not many games do that, and again, I think that's really cool. Because not only does it let you, you know, build the lore yourself, but it keeps the game kind of mysterious. And, you know, having a little bit of mystery, I think, is always a good thing. Oh, okay, so never mind. Those guys just spawn no matter what, apparently. Let's see if I can get this Estus in before I get either fireballed or stabbed to death. That must have pierced. Okay, that was just me... That was me not blocking in time. Alright, well, that's lesson learned. So those guys do pop up, which is cool. You know, again, I'm no expert on this fight. I'm no expert on the Souls games in general. But I'm not sure if that's a, you know, like, one of those situations where you're supposed to go, you know, where you're like, oh, yeah, you know, I turned the lights on so those guys aren't going to spawn, and then this big new game plus, they spawn, and I don't know if you're supposed to, like, kind of shit your pants so they show up anyway. Like, I don't know if it's one of those situations or not. But whatever the case is, you're going to have to deal with them, it looks like. And that's okay. It's one of those things you just have to be prepared for it, and I completely wasn't. So I didn't see that shit coming at all. Which is bad when that happens. The fight went pretty well, actually, considering that was the first attempt. I think, obviously, it'll be better this time. I'm going to make it a point. First thing first is to just immediately take those, okay. Wow, that guy's fucking box was impossible to get past. But yeah, I'm going to make all efforts to get a backstab on one of those guys first. And I don't know if that'll make any difference at all, but I think maybe if I'm lucky, I can get a backstab, and then that animation will keep me safe, and I can try to get the other guy too. Overall, it doesn't look like the hardest boss, but just, you know, you gotta take your... You gotta be patient. Make your strikes when you can. Build stamina. Don't be stupid. 'Cause she's pretty fast. I mean, she's a quick one. And, you know, roll if you have to, obviously. There we go. Now that's gonna be some damage. There we go. Good. Okay. Obviously, that's kind of like the ideal situation. You want her to do that overhead so you can get a slash in. I'm gonna wait for my stamina to come back. I'm gonna take my time here. I'm not gonna try to do anything really quick and stupid and get chopped to bits. like that. Oh. Alright, so what happened there, I actually... I don't want to say I died intentionally, because you're not going to believe me. But I saw those guys spawn in, and I decided I wasn't comfortable enough with my life to actually continue the fight. I figured it would have been kind of a waste of time. So I'm just going to go in and fight again. Now, again, I'm probably going to... Most of the people who are probably watching this are probably saying, oh, you know, those guys spawn in after a certain amount of time. You just have to be quicker. That's probably true. I feel like I could probably take this boss down pretty quick with 2 hands. But I also feel like it's going to be a lot riskier. Oh my god. What am I doing? But, you know, okay, I'll give it a shot. Nah, I'll give it a shot, why not? It's not really going to hurt anything. I mean, it really isn't, to give it a try. I fought her the first time with a mage, and I didn't even have a shield. You know, it was literally all just run away. You know, wait for attacks, you know, like, wait for those big overheads, and then just fucking try to get a spell in. You know, a shot in. So maybe with this setup, what I'm going to be going for is more of the same. Trying to, you know, bait the overheads and get a couple slashes in, see if I can do some really big damage. I'm going to go ahead and light this guy up. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, honestly. But since we're doing the 2-hander, we might as well get all the damage we possibly can. What I'm going to do first is just get this for the sake of going ahead and getting it. Okay. Gonna go ahead and heal up real fast. Just get back into the groove here. Or at least try to. It's gonna be kind of weird because, you know, I literally went from blocking everything to trying to roll everything. So yeah, it's gonna be a little weird here, I think, for a second. I gotta remember which way to roll this stuff because I think that makes a huge difference. Oh, that's huge damage. Shouldn't have tried to roll backwards on that. That's for sure. Gonna potion up while I got that chance after the overhead. That sucked. That was just bad luck. Okay, see that has a deceptive hitbox on it. And it doesn't look like it's time-based. I think it actually is damage-based. Because that felt like it took just as much time as all the other fights. In which case, there's no reason not to use the shield. It gives you so much more flexibility. Good to know. I'm gonna die. Bye-bye, souls. Again, talking about how it's been a long time since I played, I forgot you don't default to one-handed. You just have what you died with. So again, I wasn't really paying attention to my my character's movement and his gait, so I didn't realize. Even after I did the running two-hand, which I should have known and should have told me right away that I was two-handing the weapon. I just assumed I had one hand, and I tried to block, and nothing happened. Well, it's not that nothing happened, it's... Wow. What? Okay. That... In the last, like, hour I've been playing this, I've actually seen a couple of things that that look like glitches. They may be collision issues, but anyway, go back and watch that and put it in the comments if I'm crazy. I feel like that arrow that hit me staggered me, but not only staggered me, but staggered me when I was not blocking, but also had full stamina. Now, maybe that's just a property that some attacks have, and it's one of those things that I've never seen. Wow. Wow, these guys are just chewing me up. This is... Oh, this is ugly. This is really ugly. I'm thinking, my brain was so caught up on that idea of, you know, well, how was this happen? How did I get staggered without blocking and with full stamina? I just completely lost my mind. Here's what I'm going to do. Because I don't want to die again, and because that looks really stupid when you die on stupid stuff, I'm not going to be using any spells on this upcoming fight, so I might as well just do that while I can, you know. Hey, got a backstab. I usually don't get backstabs on regular mobs. I don't know why. I think I just get too impatient and just start mashing, you know what I mean? Let's... Hello? There we go. So yeah, back to what I was saying. I've just never seen... Oh, that's gross. I'm still drinking that same Coke. Oh, that tasted like Chinese food. Not good Chinese food. Oh, no, what I was saying is, yeah, I was so addled by that, it just took me so by surprise, I couldn't even concentrate. And then I just got the shit shot out of me by arrows. You know, somebody was mentioning to me, actually, that was a, oh yeah, you can summon Lucatiel, that's right. Let's see if she makes it. I have a feeling she's totally gonna die before we get there. Cause she'll like go nuts and try to like fight these guys, and it's bad. Speaking of bad, ow. But yeah, I just like, you know how like anytime something that's just completely out of the ordinary happens, like it'll completely take you by surprise, and you'll just like almost forget entirely what you're doing. Yeah, that's exactly what just happened. Also, funny side note, talking about weird things that I've seen happen, I've seen Lucatiel fall off this bridge before. Your guess is as good as mine on how and why her pathing went so nuts. There's a lot of pathing issues in this game if you haven't ascertained that already. But yeah, just weird how she could just fall right off. Good news about this fight with Lucatiel. It's, again, I was going to say something really fast. It's completely not necessary to use her here. I'm just using it because I want to speed things up. She helps a lot in drawing aggro, which gives you time to just kind of go nuts. And in fact, this would be a great time to just go two-handed while I got a second. But, okay, so now we've got casters. Don't chop these guys up. Again, while you got the chance. This fight, I think, was... I mean, obviously, having Lucatiel there, it would give you this assumption. But I think this is one of the few battles in the game that I feel was actually totally designed for two people. It just feels like a lot to deal with as, you know, one person, in the sense of having to like worry about, you know, getting rid of, you know, the red phantoms, as well as fighting the boss. So, hey, what do you know? That was like right at 20 minutes. Awesome. Now, I know I'm probably gonna get, you know, shit on in the comments, but oh, you can do it one-on-one. Don't care. This is not, was never, and will never be intended to be a skill demonstration or a, you know, how-to guide on how to solo bosses. It's more of a just, hey, it's fun to see the game played a way that I didn't play it before. You know, obviously, you probably learned a thing or two if you were watching that fight specifically. Like, oh, I don't know, it's really nice to have two players for it. The red phantoms, yeah, they spawn in at a certain amount of, you know, HP, if you didn't know. You know, I think this would have been doable solo with a different weapon. I think it still probably would have been solo doable anyway. Yeah, I just didn't feel like wasting the time. I didn't really want to edit this down any further because I'm actually going to cut it pretty soon. And otherwise, if I would have cut any of the fights out, you know, it would have been like a 5-minute video. Oh, there we go. Fragrant Branch Viewer. Now I can free all straight if I want to. Holy crap, the frame rate issues that... I think they fixed the frame rate. I remember rooms like this, like you would spin and they would just like... the screen would tear and you'd lose all kinds of frames. It feels like really fast. Like, and really clean all of a sudden. That's pretty cool. Yes, like the Primal Bonfire. Good old lore. I love lore. Not that, not that there's a whole lot of it in this game, but I like the idea of the primal bonfires, you know, these things that have existed since before time began. And again, you know, it's fun to speculate on like where they came from. Do they have anything to do with like the first fire? You know, I'm not well versed on the actual mythos of this game, but what I do know is pretty cool.
You have acquired. That is more.
Yes, I have. I'm the best. Let's see. I need... what's gonna give me the biggest boost here? I do need some more stamina. That would really help. Yeah, let's do that, because that still gives me a pretty good boost of both. Yep. Awesome. Well, that was actually wildly successful. I'm surprised it went even that fast. I am going to call it a day here. I'm going to probably think about using a new weapon, actually. I would like to keep this as a secondary for certain, you know, enemies in certain situations, but I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. I really do. I just think it's gonna be a little bit better if I... well, two things. One, I think I'm going to put my Binox on this hand so that I can actually shield and spell if I need to. And I think about doing something different here. Don't know what yet, but there's a lot of good decks and faith weapons, and I'm not married to the halberd, you know. And initially when I started this run, I was thinking, oh yeah, they look cool and they got a cool moveset, and they do, but they're so specialized, and I don't know if it fits me. Don't know if it fits me at all. So I'll take a look at what I have in my inventory, see what I need to level up, and hey, maybe next time you'll be looking at a brand new character. I mean, not brand new, obviously, but as a wise man once said, hey now, guy, listen, what a jerk. Anyway, as a wise man once said, each weapon in the Soul series is a character unto itself. So you may see a brand new build next time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. I know I'm just over 200 channel views now, which isn't a lot for a lot of folks, but you know, considering I started doing this as just a fun little project, it's nice to see that people are actually watching it. And you know, I hope you've been enjoying it. You know, if you like it, thumbs up. If you don't, leave a comment, thumbs down, whatever. I'd appreciate constructive criticism, and I'll be back at it before you know it. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice that the frame rate's not going to shit? Okay, no, it's kind of going to shit a little bit. Actually, no, you know what? Okay, sorry. Got a little carried away. The game just looks so nice sometimes. Well, have a good day.